let's go ahead and fit it on the bike and see how it works. This has been attached to the Mad Dog, one of the outlet. Here I have the switch. This is on. It is showing 11.9 volts. It goes to 10 point, approximately 10 volts, and now it is charging. That's the issue, that if you park the bike for longer duration, the lead acid battery tends to deteriorate. And don't trust the OEM battery, folks. If you are loading with lot of accessories, use the Mad Dog. The voltage drastically drops. See, I am using the Mad Dog. So folks, this is the final assembly of this. This gets mounted on the particular class. Start this. The switch is already on, and you can see that 11.9 volts is the battery power, which is almost down. Mad Dog, when I started, 14.5. When I switch it off, it's 14.7. Makes sense. No much loading when the engine is on. So folks, if you see, it remains at 14.8 even if you give the acceleration also. Hey folks, welcome to Automotive Technica. So this is the part 2 of the video for of the voltmeter, which I'm going to fit it on the bike. So you see that there was no connection here, only 2 wires were hanging out of this, and I have used the waterproof connector. These are for automobiles, and this was there with me from the Mad Dog, which I got it extra. And the harness of Mad Dog has been run on the bike. I have 2 harnesses run on the bike from the battery, and the other harness is free, and that is having 2 such outlets, which is nothing but a female outlet, and there you can connect your auxiliary lamps of Mad Dog. Now in this case, what I did is I took this male connector, positive to the positive, negative to the negative, soldered it, and put the heat sink over here. Inside there are another 2 sets of heat sink, so that the conductivity is being maintained and then no short circuit happens. One of the negative terminal, that is black wire, has been taped off as well for safety standards. And the outer heat sink is a bigger one, which I have shrinked it, and it is sealing any kind of water. I don't think so water will seep inside. And there is a rubber gasket, yellow color, what you see here. Now this happens to be a complete setup, just a plug and play. This should be mounted on the handlebar. Ensure that the safety is seen. One thing is, this is not permanently mounted. You have to keep or ensure that the bike is parked in a proper place, covered it, or you do not leave it unattended, because from my BMW folks group, they said that such kind of things have been missing from their handlebar. So be careful on that. So let's go ahead and fit it on the bike and see how it works. So folks, here you can see that this has been attached to the Mad Dog, one of the outlet, and here I have the switch. Now this will be mounted on the handlebar. So let's fire up and see how it is working. Yeah, this is on. It is showing 11.9 volts. If I switch it off, let's check it out. The battery looks to be less, because this bike was not used for more than a month. So let's fire up the engine. It goes to 10 point, approximately 10 volts, and now it is charging. That's a low voltage mode. It goes to 10. That means the battery needs charging. So now if you see, the battery charging at 14.7 volts. The percentage is 100%. Let's switch off the engine. Its battery is 67%. Because the voltage is 12. Now it has been 12.2 after charging for a few seconds. Yeah, so that's the issue, that if you park the bike for longer duration, the lead acid battery tends to deteriorate. And don't trust the OEM battery, folks, if you are loading with lot of accessories. See, I have a Mad Dog, and if I use the Mad Dog, the voltage drastically drops. See, I am using the Mad Dog, switch it off, 11.8 to 11.5. So that's the power it consumes. So folks, this is the final assembly of this. This is gets mounted on the particular clamp, and you have a back screw to mount this on the clamp. Now I'm going to start this. The switch is already on, and you can see that 11.9 volts is the battery power, which is almost down. And since I started it for a few seconds, it has gone to 12. So earlier it was 11.8 to 9 something, and now it has come back to 11.9. So I'm going to start the engine, fire up, and see. You can see the low voltage when it goes to low voltage mode. So I'm going to fire it up. So the battery percentage is 53 now, and I'll start it. Start the engine. This is the voltage. 14.6 volt is charging now, and you see the handlebar, it looks like this. That's the look of the voltmeter on this bike. This is your Mad Dog. Mad Dog, when I started, it's 14.5. When I switch it off, it's 14.7. Makes sense. No much loading when the engine is on. Yeah, that's good. And yeah, I believe this is very useful voltmeter for BMW, because I don't have any voltage here in the instrument panel cluster. If you see, nothing is there regarding the volt. Just to range. So this is very useful, folks, for Royal Enfield Classic, Reborn, and G310 GS from BMW. I felt it very much useful, because first time I came to know that my battery is weak when it was in standby, and it was parked for more than a month. So you need to ride this bike regularly, and if possible you put Exide battery. That's excellent for those who are a tourist and going for adventures. And I have heard about good results of Exide battery. This is the OEM battery. It is carrying since a year, and once I see this voltage dropping to 11.8, and when you crank the engine, it goes to 10 volts, which is still, skeptical that whether you should keep the battery when you're going for the tour. So that's the findings with this voltmeter, which I came to know. The battery health, and I believe I will take an action as soon as possible whether to keep the battery or not. Once I do some rides and check the voltage level, if it sustains to 12 when it is switched off, and check the battery. Yeah, stay tuned, folks. So folks, if you see, it remains at 14.8 even if you give the acceleration also. So 14.7 to 14.8, it is regulated, and the battery is getting charged. So you can see that whether the battery is getting charged or not, the current is coming from the dynamo. So ensure that when you switch it off, most of them, they keep directly from this voltmeter, directly from the battery, but I have put it from the Mad Dog harness, so it will be safe, and I can switch it off. So that constitutes the video, folks. So folks, now the voltage of the battery is 12.4 after switching it on for 15 minutes. So looks like battery is getting charged. Percentage is 67. That's the algorithm they have implemented in the hysteresis curve. So 12.3 is the battery voltage. And yeah, if you like my videos, subscribe to my channel Automotors Technica. If you have comments, please do put in the comments. I will be glad to reply you. And yeah, ride safe, stay blessed.